Good evening. We begin tonight with a long-running fight over sidewalks and street design in one of Ottawa's East End neighbourhoods. The issue back in the spotlight after months after the city deferred parts of the plan following community pushback. Well, now the project is resurfacing, and so is the debate. CTV's Josh Moreno has more from Manor Park.
This quiet neighborhood is once again the center of an emphatic debate.
The fight's not over.
For Peter Burpee, it's a battle he thought was on hold. But now it's back on his street.
The community was purpose-built as a quiet residential community 75 years ago. There has never been a pedestrian incident in 75 years.
There are some who support the plan, but last fall, the ward councillor was able to delay the Manor Park sidewalk plan after strong pushback from residents.
We thought things were settled. Apparently not. We don't need sidewalks in this neighborhood. It's perfectly safe.
Now the project is resurfacing as part of a broader road, water, and sewer upgrade. City staff wanting to build sidewalks on 4 residential streets near Laurent Boulevard, but residents say it's not needed.
I'm out here a fair bit. I've never had to dodge traffic. I've had to move over, but other than that.
City officials say the sidewalks would improve safety and accessibility and would cost about $180,000 now, compared to up to $700,000 if it moves forward at a later date.
There's snow and ice, and I feel like it needs a lot of maintenance, and that can become an issue when you're not the first one that are maintained.
Some argue the changes could mean losing green space, parking, and the character that defines Manor Park.
The city has designed neighborhoods in the past to be neighborhoods without sidewalks. And the peripheral streets around those neighborhoods have sidewalks. The school zones have sidewalks.
As the city moves into its next phase of consultations, Burpee says the community is ready to fight the plan once again.
It's important to not just listen to your paid consultants, but listen to the voters and taxpayers. And 90% of them do not want sidewalks.
Josh Moreno, CTV News.
All right, we'll take our first check of the weather, and things are about to get a little bit dicey overnight as we do have a new special statement from the Environment Canada. We'll take a live look now through our Centennial Glass Skycam. We're sitting at 0 right now, but again, in the overnight hours, we are at a risk of some snow that'll be mixing with some freezing rain. 5 to 12 centimeters could be falling. So here's a look at what's happening here overnight. Again, some periods of snow that we're looking at in the overnight hours that'll continue on into Sunday and even to parts of Monday. So for the next 24 hours or so, again, 5 to 12 centimeters of snow we could get here for the region. Looks like our high could be at 0 again for your Sunday. And right now, again, we're sitting at 0 with some periods of snow, which could turn into freezing rain overnight. And drivers continue to feel the pressure of fuel prices at the pump as a result of the conflict in the Middle East. Drivers across the capital paying an average of about $1.63 a litre on Saturday, and prices, they're expected to jump by as much as 6 cents overnight. Now, this means we could see the highest price for gas since April of 2024 across parts of Ontario. And United Airlines is canceling around 5% of planned flights in the short term as the cost of jet fuel surges. The airline CEO says if prices stay at the current level, it would mean an extra $11 billion in annual expenses just for jet fuel. The airline's current plan is to restore the full schedule this fall, and it doesn't anticipate that oil will be cheaper than $100 per barrel until the end of 2027. The airline has already pulled services to Israel and to Dubai. Well, a long line of eager readers lined up here in Ottawa today as the capital's first bookstore dedicated exclusively to romance novels opened its doors. It's a unique and niche store, and it's creating quite the buzz among fans. CTV's Kimberly Johnson has more.
A lineup around the corner tells the story of a big debut.
I got in line with my friends at 10 a.m. It's now 11, so an hour.
As Ottawa gets its very first bookstore dedicated to romance novels.
Super exciting. I mean, I love books, and to have like a local bookstore like this is amazing.
At Evermore Books on Bank Street, readers looking to scoop up some of the 1,000+ unique titles inside. Romance, one of the hottest genres on the shelf.
It's a nice way to just get lost in a story. The characters are always just so interesting. I'm a big heated rivalry girl and love all of the content coming in right now, especially the Canadian.
Romance and fantasy.
The popularity of the category is in large part fueled by social media and book talk, where people can share and critique the books they've read.
I find it really nice that people are more outspoken about reading romance. So there's so many different levels. It's not always just straight up like spicy romance books. There's fantasy, world building, mystery.
Romance has been one of the highest profitable genres of fiction for many, many years. I think what we're seeing with book talk is it's becoming more normalized. Women reading romance and reading smut in public and talking about it.
Store owner Amanda Holmes says that there are a range of topics from contemporary to fantasy and to LGBTQ+. She says opening the store was about following her heart.
In the spring of 2025, I jokingly told my husband that I was going to quit my job and open a romance bookstore. And I just kept thinking about the idea over many months, and then I just decided to take that plunge.
Evermore now providing a place for readers in Ottawa to dive in and find something new or reconnect with an old favorite.
I found that I was reading a lot more fantasy, romance, and it kind of reignited my love for reading. With the opening of the bookstore, I'm just like, oh my God, like it's perfect timing.
I think she knows what we're looking for, so that's pretty cool.
Kimberly Johnson, CTV News.
Well, it's a tale of two teams on two very different trajectories heading into tonight's game in the latest Battle of Ontario. The Ottawa Senators sitting 6 points out of a playoff spot, while the Toronto Maple Leafs, well, some say they're already looking toward next season.
Coaching maneuvering for Green. Fogle scores! Warren Fogle, the Leafs couldn't get him, and
Fogle makes it 3-0 for the Sens, and that hole was too deep for the Leafs to climb out of. Ottawa skates away with the 5-2 win. Now they lead the season series over the Buds 2-1 now. The Sens, they head to New York next to play the Rangers on Tuesday.
For Buick, across for Morelli, back out into the middle. Buick shot, the rebound, they score!
Petty Spitznago puts this game away for the Ottawa 67s as they wrap up their regular season at home this afternoon against the Kingston Frontenacs. Kingston, they got on the board first, but the Barber Poles, they blast back. 6 unanswered goals in this one. 6-1, your final score. Now, these teams will be seeing a lot of each other in the coming weeks as they will face off against each other in the first round of the OHL playoffs, and that starts on Friday night right here at TD Place Arena.
We do have a fundraising goal. It's going to be $10,000 donated to the Boys and Girls Club.
All right, when we come back, we'll have an extended look at the forecast, but first we'll take a look at Altea's charity pickleball tournament. They're raising money for a good cause today. Those details coming up next. Well, although it's officially spring, the last snow festival in Gatineau Park taking place this weekend. The free, family-friendly event features plenty of outdoor activities, and it was all capped off with an après-ski DJ event. Lots of people getting out and about today. It's probably the best day of the weekend to get out, as tomorrow on Sunday, we're going to be experiencing some snow. We'll take another live look through our Centennial Glass Skycam, sitting at 0 at the moment, and it's going to get a little bit colder overnight. We do have, again, a special statement from Environment Canada for the Ottawa area for snow mixed with freezing rain overnight. 5 to 10 centimeters of snow expected for Sunday. We could see some reduced visibility, risk of freezing rain as well. Overnight low, -2 here for Ottawa, -3 for Cornwall, -2 for the Brockville area, -1 for both Kingston and Trenton, -13 out toward the Pembroke area. Over toward Gatineau, -3. We've got our overnight low there. Some snowfall for Maniwaki, Mont-Tremblant, and Montreal. Again, we have flurries mixed with freezing rain right throughout the region. And then for tomorrow's highs here in Ottawa, +1. Same thing for most of these areas across the board. +3 for Kingston and Trenton. Over toward Gatineau, they've got +1 as well. 0 in Mont-Tremblant. Looks like they're going to get some heavier snow in the Maniwaki areas as well as Mont-Tremblant as well as Montreal. For the next 7 days ahead, here's how we're shaping up for the Ottawa area. Again, we could have some freezing rain in the overnight hours and some flurries right throughout Sunday into Monday. We're looking at 5 to 12 centimeters of snow here for the Ottawa area. And then on Monday again, +1. And then +2 on Tuesday. Well, it's a pickleball pack day here in Ottawa. The Altea Charity Group hosted a tournament on Saturday, raising money for the Boys and Girls Club of Ottawa. And CTV's Natalie Van Roy was there.
Shoes laced up and ready.
The sound of the balls hitting the courts for a good cause at the inaugural Altea Charity Pickleball Tournament.
All 32 teams sold out, so we're lucky enough that it is a full bracket, so everyone's going to get 3 games, and then the better teams move on, and they get a great chance to put their names on the Altea Trophy.
Here, players of all ages are competing for a chance to have their name on the tournament cup.
We'll be playing from 9 a.m. till 5 p.m., hopefully make it to the playoffs.
We're going to do single games to start, and then when we move on to the playoffs, it's going to be best 2 out of 3. And then, yeah, we got 1 championship in the pro division and 1 champion in the recreational division.
As the pairs move through their matches, it's a test of fitness while helping the community. The goal to raise money for the Boys and Girls Club of Ottawa.
We do have a fundraising goal, and thankfully we did hit our goal. It's going to be $10,000 donated to the Boys and Girls Club.
And there's nothing like a little competitive spirit for those who love this sport.
You know, it's a mental game. It's the same as any game. You just sort of remind yourself of the key elements, and my big thing is don't have unforced errors. Easier said than done.
People love pickleball. To get them off the court is the hardest thing. Getting them on, they love it. They won't leave.
A meaningful day of pickleball to help give back to those in need. Natalie Van Roy, CTV News.
And it was all smiles today at Jacques Charron Arena for the annual friendly hockey game here in the capital.
If you could see the smiles on the ice and a little bit of the friendly banter between all the players on and off the ice, in the change rooms, you have that hockey camaraderie.
The Ottawa Police Service Tactical Unit faced off against the Capital City Condors. So the Condors run a hockey program for individuals living with cognitive and physical disabilities. Now, organizers say the game is a tradition that fosters inclusion, friendship, and community connection.
You're seeing a lot of solar roofing, some real environmental trends that are coming up in 2026.
All right, still to come, we take you inside the Ottawa Home and Garden Show. CTV's Camille Wilson has a look at some of the hottest trends from the EY Centre.
Raising money this evening to raise money for 2 wheelchairs this evening.
Dreamers Walk Canada hosted the 3rd annual Warriors Gala at the Orpheus Musical Theatre tonight. You just heard from tonight's MC, CTV's Natalie Van Roy. Now, all proceeds from this year's fundraiser goes to support Dreamers Walk Canada's programming and to Easter Seals Camp Marywood to cover the cost of 2 new wheelchairs. Camp Marywood is a fully accessible summer camp, giving every child the chance to have fun, and it is located in Perth. Ottawa's Home and Garden Show attracts more than 30,000 people each year, and it's back in the capital this weekend for its 45th edition. The event, again, bringing people from all over the region who are in the market for the best deals and top trends for the 2026 reno season. CTV's Camille Wilson has more.
Spring is a sign of new beginnings, especially for Paul Dawson and his wife.
We've just moved into a new home and we want to make it our own.
Many attending the Ottawa Home and Garden Show looking to improve their living space.
Consumers are really looking more to be energy efficient, wanting to obviously save some money on a lot of their heating bills. You're seeing a lot of solar roofing, some real environmental trends that are coming up in 2026.
For many, finding made in Canada products is top of mind.
Mocha. It's a whole lot of staying home, not going on vacation. They want to spend their money locally and they want to spend it on their place because that's where they spend the most time.
The event taking over the EY Centre with more than 430 exhibitors. It's the Dawsons' first time attending the Ottawa Home Show and checking out the louvered roofs.
We're looking kind of backyard oasis type of thing. We want to make the garage a little nicer, the outside, inside.
Lori Bilnev, meantime, says she's ready to add a splash of something new.
Looking to see what's new and interesting this season. Swimming pools are a prime reason for coming. Our family's getting bigger and it's nice when they have somewhere to come to.
Organizers say the best time to renovate is now.
People are looking at how can I enjoy my backyard, or enjoy my cottage, and adding things to those pleasurable places that they may have been not doing in the past. But with with the price of everything, airlines, and just cost of living going up, people are now looking to stay at home.
A stop at the Ottawa Home and Garden Show, the first step for many on their home reno journey, with plenty of options to choose from.
So many vendors, and they're very friendly and willing to help you out, and it's a great experience.
Camille Wilson, CTV News.
Our goal is to get an 8-country World Championships going in the next 4 to 5 years, which would allow us to potentially apply for inclusion into the Winter Paralympic Games.
After the break, we'll take you to the world's largest hockey tournament for blind players that's happening this weekend right in the province. A world-class dance festival taking over Gatineau this weekend. Hit the Floor is Canada's largest multi-style dance competition. It's back for another year. Since its inception over 15 years ago, the event has welcomed more than 400,000 spectators and 100,000 dancers from 17 countries. Competition, it wraps up on Sunday evening. Visually impaired athletes from around the world gathering in Toronto this weekend for the world's largest hockey tournament for blind players. It's the 12th year of the event, and as CTV's Mike Walker tells us, the goal is to make the game accessible for players of all ages and skill levels.
The rattling noise of a large adapted puck with ball bearings inside echoes throughout the Mattamy Athletics Centre, as players of all ages with 10% vision or less compete in the Canadian National Blind Hockey Tournament.
Everything they do is based off that sound.
Eden started playing hockey when he was young, but had to stop after he lost his vision. He says this opportunity to play the game he loves has had a big impact on his life.
It's something that's allowed me to play the sport I love at such a high competitive level that I never thought I could because of my vision.
This is the 12th year for the tournament, which is the largest of its kind in the world, with a record-setting 200 athletes competing in 6 divisions from children to adults.
Hockey is so woven into our cultural fabric that everybody wants to be a part of the game and everybody should have a place to play.
Making the sport accessible for players of all ages and skill levels, like Wayne St. Dennis, who has been playing blind hockey for nearly 30 years.
It's a big community, and everybody's here for the same reasons. And now with these tournaments, you get to compete, which is fantastic.
And Ruby Coleman, who joined the youth program in Vancouver 3 years ago.
I learned to skate on the team, which was so much fun. These are like some of the best people I've met, and it's so good to have that support system.
The event also includes the 7th annual International Series, which features Team Canada and Team USA, and for the first time, Team World, largely made up of players from Finland and the UK.
When we come together on this ice, we're all equals.
Kelly Serbu captains Team Canada.
I wouldn't have thought this late in sort of my playing career will say that I'm actually playing what I believe to be meaningful hockey.
The goal is to grow the sport globally.
Our goal is to get an 8-country World Championships going in the next 4 to 5 years, which would allow us to potentially apply for inclusion into the Winter Paralympic Games,
while continuing to build blind hockey programs for all ages across the country. Mike Walker, CTV News.
Tobey Maguire? What? Oh, that's Spider-Man, though.
All right, coming up, testing their pulp culture knowledge. We'll see how these Sens players stack up with some early 2000s trivia.
Ottawa's favorite cash contest is back, and it's big. Move 100's $50,000 Beat the Bank. 7 vaults. You decide how much to take home. Sound the alarm, you lose it all. Be listening weekdays for your chance to win.
Hairstyles, courtesy of Salon Fiorella.
All right, let's take a look at your wake-up weather as well as your 7-day forecast. -1 is what we're waking up to, but we will have some overnight mixed precipitation to worry about. A special weather statement from Environment Canada says 5 to 12 centimeters of snow we could see overnight and into your Sunday. Here's how the week is shaping up. Again, +1 on Sunday and Monday. But again, we got some snow that is coming our way. Again, that special weather statement, we could see some freezing rain mixed in that as well over the next 24 hours. All right, as we showed you earlier on in the show, the Sens, they won the latest Battle of Ontario tonight over the Leafs on the ice at the CTC. But earlier this week, some players tested their skills off the ice with a bit of early 2000s trivia.
Lizzie something? It's not Lizzie McGuire. Hillary Duff? Hillary Duff? It's been a few years. Oh, Avril Lavigne?
No. Oh, James Reimer, come on, man. Sens players, they were quizzed on their knowledge of actors. Hillary Duff, Tobey Maguire, Kirsten Dunst and Chad Michael Murray, as well as supermodel Tyra Banks and Napanese own singer Avril Lavigne. And, they didn't do too bad. Linus Omark, he actually did the best, which kind of surprised me because he's not really from the North America area. But anyways, fun by all. Good times. Check it out. It's on their Instagram if you want to check it out. All right, well, that's CTV News for this Saturday, March the 21st. For all of us here at CTV News, thank you so much for watching. Have a great night. I'll see you again tomorrow night. Take care.